Keir Starmer. You know, he's going to celebrate his 1-year anniversary on Friday, July the 4th. And what a miserable time he's going to have, because there's nothing good, is there, to look forward to. Tomorrow, of course, is the do or die welfare bill vote. I say he still may not actually put it through. He may try and avoid it altogether, because they're not guaranteed to win that, are they?
No, and they've got a choice now, Number 10, and they've got a choice whether they do pull the plug and, you know, say to the country, look, there's still some unhappiness on the backbenches.
Yeah.
We're listening. We're going to take some more consultation time to get it absolutely right, and we'll bring it back later on. They can do that, or they can say, no, we've made enough concessions. We think it's in the right place now. We've listened and we've made some changes, and you can make more changes down the line when it gets to the different stages of passing of the bill. But we're going to go through with it now. If you vote against it, we're going to show how strong we are. We're going to flex our muscles.
Yeah.
We're going to pull the whip away from you, withdraw the whip, and we're going to see who blinks first.
Well, it looks as though Keir Starmer will blink first, because we said this, I think, last week, that because he's now shown his weakness, because he's now shown that he is willing to give in if anybody starts to put pressure on him, then he's lost.
Yeah.
And his whole the whole premise of him being in charge of the party now is in peril.
Yes.
Because why would anybody take him seriously? Because all you got to do is, you know, twist his, his little finger behind his back, and suddenly he's going, oh, all right, I give up.
Exactly. And when you don't engage with your backbench colleagues, which is the accusation labelled at Number 10, they haven't done any consultation, they don't talk, you know, he's not seen in the House of Commons, he's not seen in the tea rooms, he's not talking to his MPs.
No, because he thinks he's better than them, clearly, doesn't he?
And they can all, if you're fairly new, well, if you are a very new MP, and you've had an inbox full of, you know, winter fuel crisis, this welfare bill, assisted dying, all of these negative things, you know, MPs can, and they do, get together, and slowly but surely they all form alliances, and before you know it, you've got 2 or 3 different groups of people that are that can come together, that can vote down the government, can, you know, say to Number 10, no, we think you've got it wrong because you're in your bunker mentality, you're not engaging with us.
And that's exactly
and
what's
this
happened.
is where problems start.
Now, here's a problem for some people trying to get into the jobs market. It's the front page of the Times. Dawn of ChatGPT prompts a fall in entry-level jobs for humans. This is quite a big story, I think, that hasn't been perhaps talked about before. Vacancies for graduate roles, apprenticeships, internships and junior positions with no degree requirement have fallen by 31.9%, according to a company called Adzuna, a job search site. Entry-level posts now account for just a quarter of the overall jobs market, and the reason why people are not hiring is because of AI, effectively, which is a slightly concerning, I would say, slightly concerning harbinger of things to come.
Well, exactly. If we're talking about the number of people that are out of work anyway, that are on the welfare bill, this might put even more people out of work. I mean, AI can be used for good. If it cuts things, where we're seeing things like in the NHS and waiting lists, if it can be a force for good, that's great. But
the Telegraph was saying that NHS AI is going to be used to prevent another Lucy Letby scandal, because apparently it's going to be better at seeing patterns of things than people are.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true.
Yes. I mean, well, to be perfectly honest with you would have hoped that there was some. I mean, all it will do is if there's a certain amount of deaths or a certain number of failings, and if they see an algorithm, if something flashes up on the dashboard, then it will inform the Quality Care Commission earlier than not. But you would have thought, you know, there should be people in the hospital that can do that anyway, and should be there on the ground, not relying on a computer system.
You would think.
But there we go.
Yeah. Shocking story of the day. 40 posties bitten by dogs every week. That's extraordinary. I know that a lot of postmen are out there listening probably to this show, because as they're doing their little paper rounds. I didn't know that there was that much, you know, nasty doggery going on, dog activity, where postmen are getting bitten all the time.
No, and it is shocking, because, you know, you don't want to have the...
Well, it can't be very pleasant.
I've delivered enough leaflets in my time canvassing and campaigning, and it does terrify me, actually, going up to...
go through somebody's gates.
As soon as you hear it, you hear the creaking of the gate and then the barking of the dog, and you think, is that Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Or is that their dog? You don't know.
If you see a sign that says beware of the dog, do you tend not to go in there?
I may have on occasion just left it, the leaflet. I've tried to sort of American style, thrown the leaflet down the path. But
it's not easy.
But I think more people have got dogs, I think, because people got dogs a lot during COVID.
I think they did.
Pets, and so there might be correlation there. Who knows?
Interesting. And then one final one, just for Meghan Markle fans. We'll be talking about this later on. Apparently, the pricey jam that she's been making in her home kitchen, crafted with love, right, as ever, which her daughter Lilibet described as beautiful. It turns out it's not made in her home kitchen at all. It's made in a factory in Illinois. thousands of miles away from Montecito.
Well, who'd thunk it? Who'd have thunk
not
it?
being over with a feather,
exactly,
as they say.
But she's so hard working.
I thought she was always working, just making, blossom honey jam. There's the smells of home cooking coming out of Montecito every single day. Turns out it's all.
Well, I thought
cobblers.
I thought she divided her time between obviously this home cooking business, plus her podcast, plus her charities, plus her whatever else she does, fashion, and I don't know whether she still performs. Well, she performs every day, but I don't know whether she's a paid actress anymore. But she was so praised for all of those things that she's able to do, and as a mother as well.
Of course. How did she find the time?
Oh.
Well, now we know.
Now we know.
Just get a factory in Illinois to do it for you. He was at some event at the weekend. I don't know if you saw. He was all over social media. A lot of people suggesting that he was talking absolute utter rubbish at some sort of, I don't know, highfalutin green policy exchange meeting or something like that.
Yes.
And he sounded. A lot of people saying he sounded like he was slurring his words.
Well,
I couldn't possibly comment.
No, who's to say? I mean, I did listen to some of it, and it was slightly garbled because it was all about sort of, the future of, the next generation, and they've got to have a seat at the table. They've got to be the drivers of, and you think to yourself, well,
what's he talking about?
If half of them from Glastonbury, I mean, I don't think we want them anywhere near a policy making.
Don't give them a table. Don't give them a table, for heaven's sake.
It'll be kumbaya,
exactly
holding
right.
hands.
Exactly right. Great to see you, Charlie. Thank you very much indeed. Charlie Rowley there.